What's up everyone, it's your girl Njerie Gitau here. For those who are new to the channel, welcome, karibuni. Feel free to take a seat and hit that subscribe button so that you can become a part of the family. For those who are back for the second, third or even umpteenth time, then welcome back to my channel. Now from the title below and from what is clearly on my head, you've pretty much guessed it. Today I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this FAUX LOCS using the Jamaican Bulk braid from Darling, Kenya. Now I've done FAUX LOCS before a couple of years back, like 3, that was in like 2016. But I was using Afro Kinky and there's a challenge that I experienced with the texture. And when I met Michelle, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you can check it out over here. When I met her, I thought hers looked so light and the texture was like something that really touched my heart somewhere deep in the heart of my hair. So I asked her how she achieved them, and I told her that I'll use that inspiration to do my own personal DIY video, and here we are, voila. So we'll just get straight into the video. Right. As you can already see, I've done most of my hair, and I'd like to demonstrate using these 3 sections at the front, which I left for that particular purpose. And then you'll notice that my hair is already twisted. So I twisted my entire head of hair before I did the hairstyle. For the braids, I used the Jamaican Bulk, this one by Darling, and I got it at Dubois Road for about 270 bob. Yeah. So I want to show you how I prepare the hair. So I've already cut the braid in half. So this is only half. This is only half. These braids are really long. So what I do is, you can see it's pretty intact. It's like in a twisty curly form, but then I go in the middle and sort of unravel it, and then I sort of just make it a bit disheveled. I hope you can see that. So I'm just untwisting and then disheveling. So I'm going to just rubber band these 2 twists away so that they don't get in my way. So now that they're out of the way, this is the hair that I've prepared, and this is exactly what I do for each and every single one of those braids. Now I didn't want a lot of tension on my roots, and this is why I opted to first twist as opposed to including a braid from the base, because once I include the braid and then I wrap it, that's like double tension, and I didn't want that on my roots. So what I did was, for every braid, which is now, I sort of arrange it in half like this, and then I'll do it such that these are the 2 sides of my braid and my twist is like the middle part, and I sort of just braid it gently and just a bit of the way, not all the way. Like these are, I've had like 3 or 4 turns. Let me just have 5. So that it's just barely fixed at the bottom. The point of that is so that this can help my faux dread to become big, fat, whatever you call it. Then after I did that, I was taking another one of the same braid and holding my entire braid and hair here. I'll start, you see this section, the braid starts here, but this is where I'll grip the roots. So it's like the sort of threading method where I put that to my roots, and then I start wrapping around, first at the base twice. That's around this entire thing. Then now I continue along the length of my hair. So I'm just wrapping. I'm just taking this braid around the one that I already had. And periodically along the way, I like to push that up just a bit. And that's because these braids have a tendency to unravel when you release them. So the sort of pushing makes it a bit tight so that it doesn't unravel and you don't end up looking like a crazy person with hair that has holes in the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue wrapping that around my hair and periodically pushing it up. That also helps the faux lock to look bigger and not skinny. So once I get to the end of that, you realize my braid, the one that I was using to wrap, is done, but this is not. So I'm just going to go ahead and add another braid, and I will start the exact same way. Although the braid starts here, I'm going to attach it right here, and this is the rest of the braid. Then I'm going to wrap it twice where I start, and then continue wrapping along the shaft of the rest of the braid. Periodically pushing it up just to tighten that and to ensure that it is firm. So once I get to the bottom, you can see there's this part over here that's still left, and I have the rest of the braid. I think that braid is around the length I would want it. So I'm going to look for my scissors, where are they? They got legs. They got legs. Found them, and just cut part of that braid. Then for the black part, I'm going to loop it upwards, just like that. And then still use the braid I was using to continue wrapping, but now upwards, so that I can seal the end without burning it. There's a way you can complete these ends by burning, but I realized that usually is not good for collars and tops and jackets, especially trench coats or anything that is lace. So I was avoiding the whole burning method, and instead I just wrap the hair up and then ensure that it is secured. So there I have my faux lock that is looking nice, and I still go in and sort of try to rearrange the wrapped hair just to ensure that it's even and it looks nice. So you can see it's pretty even, and it has that rough but not untidy look. So I'll get that out of the way. Now that I'm done doing my hair, you can sort of see how it looks like, and I really like the pop of color on this side. I'm like a color junkie. So the only process left now is to dip the braids in hot water. That's mostly to tame the flyaways and to get it looking a bit neater. So I will come back when I have a steaming hot kettle of boiling water to burn the hair. So I'm back with my boiling hot water. I'm sure you can't see you can see the steam. Yeah, pretty much. And I put it in this Kimbo Kasuku because they come in handy. Now, this is a dangerous part, and you should be really keen when you're doing this, because if you do it the wrong way, you might end up burning yourself, and we don't want to burn ourselves. Yeah. So I'm just going to dip my braids periodically, and I'm going to put my lasso underneath that so that my hand is not burning. And then I'm going to show you how I do it step by step. I just immerse it all the way in let it sit for like 10 seconds and then remove it slowly, and have your lasso or towel at hand to just squeeze out that hot water so that you don't end up burning yourself or your face. Oh, that is hot, hot, hot. Ooh, it really is hot. I'm just going to set it aside for a quick minute so that I can dry this completely. So once a section is done, I'm just going to put it in a rubber band like that to hold it gently so that I can know where I have already tamed my hair and where it's yet to be tamed. So I'm going to be doing the exact same thing for the rest of my hair. So this is how my hair looks after it's dried, and I've tried to add 2 accessories over here, and then I realized all my hair accessories, I've been giving them out because I haven't been braiding as much. So I'll be sure to pass by Dubois or Super Cosmetics and get a few accessories, and then I will do a video on how to accessorize your faux locks, as well as the routine that I will be using over the weeks to keep my faux locks looking fabulous, as well as the scalp of my hair being healthy and not irritated and all that good stuff. So be sure to check out those 2 videos. The other thing I need to mention is that I needed my faux locks short, so I cut most of the braid in half. I was trying to go for a certain cut where I start at shoulder length and then it goes diagonally at the back and ends with like this, which are at about collarbone length. And I hacked it for the better part, but because the braid is in half, I hadn't sort of accounted for the fact that the braids that are higher will seem shorter when they are done as opposed to the ones that are lower. However, I like how it came out, and I had 45 twists on my head. I didn't want too many because I also needed them to look thick and chunky. You can also do fewer twists or more twists depending on what you're going for. Then I used 2 packs of the Jamaican Bulk Darling braid, and I used the color you can see, which is just literally these few ones over here. I used a braid by Sister, which I had in my stash. I can't even remember the name, but it's like a fluffy, kinky, afro kinky vibe type of thing. So you can actually see that hoarding has its benefits. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, I used only 2 packs and that was enough, but that's because I was doing mine sort of short. If you want to do them longer, you'll definitely need more packs. I'd also mentioned that I got the braid at Dubois Road for about 270. I will leave all those details in the description box below. Now, it took me approximately, I'm rounding it off to 5 hours. But for me, it wasn't in one sitting. I washed my day one different night, and then I twisted the next night, and then the other night I prepared the braids, and then the other night I wrapped my hair to get the faux locks. So if you'd like to feel like you haven't taken a lot of time, spreading it out across the week like I did is actually a good idea, and you don't spend that much time each day, as opposed to sitting down for 5 hours and then your arms are like, oh, numb to death. Anyway, if you're looking at us and you're wondering, you DIY people, nini wasumbua lakini? Don't worry, I got you. There is a lady whose business name is Ready to Tangle on Instagram. She was actually the inspiration for this video, and she really does a good job. So if you want to get it done by someone else as opposed to DIY, then she has good prices. So you can check out her Instagram, and I'll leave her details and contacts in the description box below for you to go ahead and find her. Now, I think that is all for today, if I'm not wrong. But before I go, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share with your friends, let people know how to do these faux locks using Jamaican Bulk. And then comment down below and let me know what you think of this style. Personally, I like it so much. Like, I didn't think I would like it this much, but let me know what you think. And before I continue giving you stories, because I always have stories, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you in the next one.